Hey guys, I am sharing my journey from paper documentation to AI assisted documentation using HippoScribe and an electronic medical record. I know it is 2024. I have had the ability to transition, but I've never had the interest until now. So let me share a little bit of my experience this morning. This morning was really the first time that I put a concerted effort into using HippoScribe, my platform of choice right now, to assist me with documentation. It's an AI documentation system. It has the ambient listening feature and a couple other cool features that I like, and I'll share videos about those. But a couple of things that I realized. So I can just hit record and allow it to record the session. But my patients will say things that confuse the AI listening. So I had a patient, I'm trying to think, patients love to point and tell me it hurts here. But unless I verbalize, oh, you're saying it hurts on your left hip posterior around the gluteus medius, the AI is not going to know what it hurts here means. And then I also noticed that as we get into the conversation, again, if I don't specify left or right extremity, the patient will just keep telling me that it hurts, where it hurts, but not left or right side, not necessarily, geographic locations. I had a patient today that had a shoulder and elbow issue. And as the patient was describing, he would point to where it would hurt, but the AI, again, doesn't have eyes yet, can't see where he's pointing. And it's weird. It's awkward for me to verbalize what he's showing me, although there are times that I can do it, but there were other times that it didn't go with the conversation. I had situations today where a patient would say something that was just completely incorrect and the AI would hear it. And so now that comes into the medical documentation. I had a patient today that said rotator cuff tear when it was a labral tear. So we corrected it, but the AI documentation heard rotator cuff tear. I have patients that will tell me I have a frozen joint in my toe, but they didn't have a frozen joint in their toe. And so patients are using patient language to describe and explain and tell me what's going on. AI is hearing this and it's absorbing this, but that's not what I want in my documentation. So those were a couple of the things. And then I love a busy clinic. So as more people kind of come into my clinic, the AI ambient listening feature, amazing when it's just two people, me and a patient. It starts to become a lot less amazing when I have 3 and 4 people around. So I had a patient today who, here's the exact story. I had a patient today who had a labral tear. The patient had a neighbor in the clinic, a husband in the clinic, and 2 friends that just happened to also be in the clinic. All of these individuals knew each other. They were all adults. They weren't all doing therapy. One was doing therapy evaluation with me. 2 were on independent exercise programs. The third was just visiting, saw them in the clinic and came in to say hi. And so now the ambient listening feature is trying to listen to conversations that are going on all over the place. It's completely ineffective in that kind of environment. Even though it tries to identify different speakers, it's never going to really know what information is coming from which person. So I flipped off the ambient listening and I went to other options because I wanted to try a little bit of everything. So I tried just a straight audio recording on my device. What I liked about that was I had more control over it, so I could hit start, which the ambient listening will do too, but I could hit start. I could talk to my patient, record their responses. I could hit pause. And then when I was ready to ask more questions about different functional activities, I could start it again, resume it, pause it again. I did do some video because the video could capture the audio as well. But I do a lot of video where I will record the patient doing the home exercises. I will record my narration of the exercise and prescription of what to do at home. And then before my patient leaves the clinic, I will transfer my videos to their phone so that they have them on their phone securely and they can go about their day. But this HippoScribe platform also allows me to upload video and it'll extract the audio from the video. It just can't be bigger than 100 megabytes. So I recorded myself using HippoScribe. I'll share that in a separate video, but I just wanted to bring light to a couple of these things that I'm realizing now as I use the tool. It's not going to work in the way that most of the companies are claiming it works. HippoScribe doesn't claim that it works this way. That's why I'm on board. But the other companies are claiming that you just hit record and it listens to the whole session. Well, that's great if you're treating somebody who knows exactly what's going on with them. It's not very helpful when somebody says they have back pain, but the real problem's in the hip, or they have, a rotator cuff issue in their mind, but the real problem is a labral tear. So we've got to figure this out, guys. But like I always say, nothing good is easy, nothing good is cheap, and nothing good happens quickly. We have to put the work in, we have to do the reps, we have to make sure that we fully understand how this tool works before we start to depend on it and bring it into our daily workflow. That's what I want to bring to you.